Welcome to fall 2022 semester. Welcome to general genetics. Welcome to Bowie State if you are returning or new. So, a little bit about me. I am Dr. Burks. I have the pleasure of serving as your instructor this semester. So excited. Can't wait to meet you all on day one. I am coming from a small town in South New Jersey in the Cumberland County area. I went to University of Maryland Eastern Shore, in which I have a bachelor's in biology. HBCUs are near and dear to my heart. Definitely wanted to work at an HBCU so that I could provide mentorship and help people who look like me get to where they want to be. I went to Hopkins for a PhD in human genetics and molecular biology. One thing I knew when I was getting my PhD is that I wanted to do it in a different setting. I wanted to be in the city for the first time in my life. And so Hopkins chose me and I went. While there, I started studying muscle loss with age, so it's called sarcopenia. So it's natural as people get older, their muscles get smaller and weaker. So I'm trying to find those signaling pathways that precede the phenotype that we see. I've been at Bowie State since 2016, teaching different subjects all in the Department of Natural Sciences. Okay, so some things about me is definitely enjoy teaching and mentoring students, definitely love what I do, so you'll see it every day as you go through this semester with me. Travel, travel, travel. Go see as much as you can, as often as you can, okay? Because it's just nothing like those experiences that you'll make. Go Dallas, it's fall semester, so you're going to have to deal with my football frenzy. So as long as you know that you're not allowed to wear a Redskins, Giants, or Eagles paraphernalia in my class, we're going to be okay. And I am a relatively new mom. I have a daughter who's about 2.5 years old. Okay, so that's a little bit about me. So about this course, what have you signed up for? So it's Bio 209. We are going to cover everything genetics wise. We're going through the book covering most chapters. We'll cover a chapter a class period. Okay, so it will move fast. We're going to start with a review of the cell and cell division and some Mendelian inheritance, which should all be a review from Bio 102 or whatever general biology class you took. Then we'll move into some deeper things like things that violate Mendel and further examining pedigrees, evolutionary genetics, mutations, pharmacogenetics, and all these different things that we're going to talk about. But the basis is DNA and passing it on and changing it, okay? And so we're going to just have lively conversations about it. When are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do it every day, either 9:30 or 12:30, depending on what section you're in. We're meeting in the Center for Natural Sciences, so like the glass building in room 1105 for lecture, so on Tuesdays and Thursdays. On Wednesdays, we're going to meet in the same building, but on the third floor in 3164, okay? This stuff should be on your schedule from Bulldog Connection, as well as you can find it on Blackboard in the syllabus. You have to have access to the internet and Blackboard in this class, okay? You're going to need some kind of electronic device, be it a laptop, tablet, or a cell phone, to be able to access the notes and even take some online quizzes. So for the quizzes, cell phones won't work. In class, you're also going to need one of those devices because we're going to participate in things like Jamboard and Kahoot. You need some kind of way to get your information. Now, on Blackboard, you will find that I have put a lot of material, but it is necessary that you have some kind of book to read. I use Concepts of Genetics by Brooker. Now, he's now on the fourth edition, working on the fifth. If you have an earlier edition, that's fine. The second edition might be missing a chapter that we use, but all other information is the same. Okay, so remember, science isn't changing much. They update, they add some things, they tweak some things, but the overall basis is the same. If you have access to another genetics book, make sure that you can align the chapters. And if you can, that's no problem with me if you use it, okay? I have some books, so you're welcome to come in my office. There's also one on loan in the library that you can access. So once you go to Blackboard and you see everything, you'll see a syllabus there. It is long, but I do beg of you to read it. There's also an at a glance one that has, hey, if nothing else, make sure you hold on to that. It's going to answer your basic questions. All assignments, including the pre-readings, the pre-lecture quizzes, the pre-lab quizzes, all notes. I have outlined every chapter for you, so you just get that, go along with the book, and you can fill in the blanks and everything. You'll also find vocab and everything on Blackboard for you, but you have to open it. I've put everything out there that you need to be successful, but you have to take the initiative to open it and read it or watch it or whatever is requiring that you do, okay? So in this class, you're going to take 4 exams, so one for each module. That's roughly every month. So every 3 to 4 weeks, we're going to have an exam. There's some assessments which are going to be non-traditional ways of seeing what you're learning. So making videos, infographics, different things, photos, whatever I'm asking you for. But it's just so I can get you some more critical thinking and to be creative when you're displaying your knowledge base as opposed to taking an exam. So 21 chapter quizzes approximately. You're going to complete a quiz every night before you come into class, okay? Module quizzes are going to precede the exams, and then there might be some discussions, journals, or problem sets for you to work on to help review whatever we're talking about in class. What else is there? So in the laboratory, so this is about 25% of your grade. I will post the lab ahead of time. You're going to read over that document and complete the pre-lab saying, hey, I read it, I understand it, and then you're going to come in the lab and we're going to do it, and then you have a week to complete the write-up for it, okay? Parallel to doing that, and each of those labs are going to help solidify whatever we're learning in class. So they're going to accompany those. There's also going to be some kind of independent research project, and it's something about genes in your world or genetics in your world, and I haven't quite hammered that out yet, but details will be coming. But once it gets to that, you'll be doing some research, looking up some papers, so I'll show you how to use databases, and I'll show you how to use different things to put your project together. So more information will be forthcoming and available on Blackboard. So for grading, it's very important that you keep in mind how much each thing is worth and how many falls in each category. So like for the exam, it's 4 exams and it makes up 20% of your grade. So roughly each exam is going to count as 5%. So if you were to get a 0 on one exam, your overall grade is now down to a 95. Okay, so that's how this thing is going to work. Now, assessments is only currently 2. This number could change. You will be notified. But if that's the case, if you get a 0 on one, your grade is down 10 points. Okay, so you have to keep these things in mind. Whereas the module quizzes, the chapter quizzes, where a lot of students will say, hey, I've completed all of my chapter quizzes and I've done well on them. Well, it's 21 of them worth 5% of your grade, right? So if you miss one of those, it might take your grade down by 0.5, but it's not as significant as other assignments. So it's very important that you complete all assignments, okay? They all contribute. And the ones like the assessments where it's only 2 of them, they contribute a lot more than something like a chapter quiz. But do complete all assignments. Participation counts. I'm going to tell you why later on. Make sure you check the rubric for all written assignments. I've written out exactly what I want you to do and how you are graded. Please follow those rubrics. And if you have any question or you're not sure about it, please ask me before you attempt to do something that might not be correct, okay? I want you to do your absolute best in this class. Once your grades are posted, if you go to My Grades, you'll click View Rubric, and you're going to see a completed rubric that shows you where points were deducted, and it's going to tell you why, okay? So before you say, hey, professor, why do I have a 0 on this? Check My Grades and figure out what's going on there, and then we can talk about it, okay? Or, professor, I tried so hard. Why did I get a 47? Check Blackboard, and you'll see what's going on, and then we can talk about it. This class could move fast, and it's a ton of information, and it is crammed into a little bit of time, right? So we have to go wide and deep in this class. So I need you to stay with me. So I need you to stay in touch with yourself and with me with how you're doing in this class. Grades will be posted on Blackboard in a timely fashion. Please monitor them. Please don't wait till the end of the semester and say, oh my gosh, what can I do? It's too little too late then. So as the semester is going on, regularly check in with your grades and come see me if you are slipping so we can get to the heart of the problem. Excuse me. And so if If you find yourself falling behind, if you find the material is too hard, if you find we are moving too fast, please come and talk to me, okay? If you sit in class and you don't just zone out because you're not doing well, like that's not going to help improve your grades. I am here to help you. I want to see you succeed. I can't do my part if you don't let me know that there's a problem and you want help with it, okay? So please, please, please come to office hours, send me an email, do something. If you don't want to talk to me, please go and talk to the TAs or go to the tutoring center or do something to help save yourself, okay? Please, you don't want to be repeating classes. Everything you need is on Blackboard. I've put if you have the textbook, read the textbook. If you don't have the textbook, there's some optional readings there that I found online that will help you. There's some videos if you don't want to read that will help you, but you have to get this information. There's vocab on Blackboard. At the very least, get that. There's no outlines. At the very least, download those and fill in what you can, even if it means you're searching it online. But you have to learn this information, okay? If you need to get in touch with me, here's my information. Here's my office hours. This is all on Blackboard. This is all in the syllabus, okay? This office hours are a little funny because on the third week we have a lot of our meetings and things. So I have that same time I have dedicated is time I can go there. So don't forget, I am available by appointment. So if we're coming up on that third week and you just can't seem to find time, like let me know, hey, maybe we'll have to schedule something for earlier on one of these days or even a Friday. But I am available to you outside of this time if we make those arrangements. So come to office hours if you want to talk about something personal or academic that's affecting you, okay? Send emails. Don't use the phone as much unless it's a quick question. Emails leave a paper trail so that you can say, hey, I talked to you, you said this, I said this, blah, 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 whatever it is. If you send an email, it's very important. Your name, your course name, and section or course number and section. I have to be able to identify who you are. Very, very important in the beginning. Once I get the hang of who's who and who's in which class, it's not so bad. But I teach 3 classes. So in order for me to fix whatever's wrong as soon as possible, I need you to follow that. We're in college. We're here to critically think. So I'm asking you to ask 3 people before you ask me, okay? Or not even 3 people, 3 sources, Blackboard, syllabus, a friend. Do something to try to figure it out. Because if you ask me and I say, hey, it's in the syllabus, you're going to be mad, I'm going to be mad, and we wasted some time, right? So do your part before you come saying, hey, I can't, I don't, I need. If you want to get an A, okay, so this class is a little different. It's a flipped classroom model. You got to do your part, which means you got to prepare a little bit before you get here, okay? And think of it in terms of sports. You don't show up to practice to watch the coach play, right? So don't come to class to watch the teacher of what she knows, right? So we're going to go through and see what you know, and I'm going to assist you. I'm more of a facilitator. Whereas the coach is going to, tell you some things to do and then watch you try it to see if you got it. Same concept here. Okay, you got to practice what you're learning to make sure you understand it. So before you come in, I need you to familiarize yourself with the material. Watch a lecture, read the books, complete your notes, complete your quizzes. When you come to class, ask questions. Let's talk about the things that you don't understand. Participate in whatever we got going on and make sure that this knowledge is getting down, solidified in your brain. We're not doing some fast memorize and forget. We are learning this material, okay? And so then after you walk out the door, I'm expecting you to try reviewing those things, try and practice problems, watching videos again, participating in study groups, whatever is necessary to make sure you got it. Writing down questions to ask them again when you come back to class. Please show up every class period on time. I know life happens. If it does, let me know. Cell phones are permitted in class. We will be using them. Participation is key. I can't stress this one enough, okay? Because if I tell you something, you'll remember it for a second, you'll forget. If I try teaching it to you, you'll remember it for a little while, you'll forget. But if I involve you in the process, you'll learn it, okay? It will become a part of your daily routine. You will remember it. So figure out what kind of learner you are, put the efforts in, and let's do this. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to be incorrect. This is a learning environment. It's okay to participate because we're preparing you for the real world. In the real world, everybody at this table has an opinion. Everybody at this table is going to be voiced or going to be asked to voice it. Class is no different, okay? In preparation of the real world, we have to get used to talking in front of people and asking and answering questions. Questions, comments, concerns? Let me know. Bring it up. We'll talk.